Today I'm in F518 Creative Space, which is situated in Ideas Land in Bao'an District. Ideas Land is a hub full of creative companies that are selling products and also creating all kinds of multimedia platforms for Chinese and overseas markets. One of the first places I came to when I arrived in China was F518 Ideas Land. Now this place was really like nothing I've ever seen before. It's hidden in far west of Bao'an District. So unless you know where it is, you're not going to really find it. But now more and more exposure is happening here, just purely because there are more and more companies coming to establish themselves here. You've got all kinds of companies here, from VR, AI, electronics companies to drone companies, as well as merchandising, branding, and now multimedia. Many companies benefit from being in this place purely because they have connections with manufacturing and overseas branding as well, which is massive for any kind of company that is trying to establish themselves, especially when they want to go to overseas markets. Being based at a place like F518 is like being back at college in a way that you have connections and education that helps you, feeds you with knowledge. I didn't really know much of the processes involved in manufacturing a product, the industrial design, how to market it. I mean, I knew how to market stuff in the West, but not so much how to market it domestically here in China. And the people here, they speak English and you can communicate quite coherently, which is fantastic. Without them, I wouldn't really be where I am now today, actually. The connections I made allowed me to continue and develop my career. Teamed up with a small Chinese company and they've now grown, and it's really nice to see how much they've grown. One of the valuable members of the team that I first met was Evelyn. We're going to now have a quick chat just to discuss about how things have moved on since I was last here, because of course I haven't been back here for almost 3 years. Hi Evelyn, how are you doing?
Hi Diego, how are you?
好久不见, yeah. My Chinese is still a little bit suspect, but I'm... So could you tell me a little bit, how have things changed since I was last back here? Because last time I was here, there was a partnership with Edinburgh, with the co-working space, and there are so many companies that I don't recognize now. So how have things changed since I was last back here?
Our project, Edinburgh Shenzhen Creative Exchange, has expired officially, but we are still continuing the platform. So right now we're doing service, still providing services to Scottish companies, but it's like right now it's charge services. We still organize virtual online events, collaborating with Edinburgh Chamber of Commerce.
For those of you who don't know, Edinburgh and Shenzhen are actually friendship cities, so there is a connection there. If you're a Scottish company, you could actually come and work here and use the resources here. That relationship has finished, however, they're still continuing the work because it's very valuable work for overseas companies still. So if you're a Scottish company and you are developing a product, then I advise you guys to get in touch with F518.
The industrial design companies is here and has always been the most focus of F518.
Industrial design is king in F518. There is no other companies that are stronger than the industrial design companies. That you can see multiple companies here who have won multiple Red Dot Awards, and that's something that you cannot ignore. You have to pay attention to that.
Our focus now is more on strengthening our services for the F518 companies. We provide more promotion and events, also providing services that company needs, such as local, business support. We are also co-organize webinars, online meetings with the Chamber of Commerce in Edinburgh. So we're still doing our work, but it's just a different way.
Scottish companies, are they still welcome to come if they can?
Yeah, of course, they're still very welcome to come to Shenzhen and also find services from us.
Everything's online, everything's now digital. Even though you can't physically come to Shenzhen, you can't physically access these resources, the platform is still in place, so you can still access them. You can still communicate with Evelyn and the team here. That is invaluable for companies that are still, they've been hit financially because production lines have been stopped and research and development has been halted. So the fact that you can still be able to maintain course and carry on with your product and your development is really key, especially during this time, because of course China is back to normal. I've been to factories, the production lines are running. This is a very good time to continue to try and develop your products, even though you cannot physically be here, but at least you can still work online through the online platforms that are provided. Every year there's new companies that come and they develop, they grow, and the company I'm about to see is a video marketing company, the video marketing company that I actually started out in after I finished my product project. And I remember we were actually working in the co-working space for about a year before things really started to take off. Now the team's expanded. I believe it's about 5 or 6 now. They do a lot of projects. Their main focus, from my understanding now, is purely product videos, because there is an unlimited amount of demand for product videos here. 3 years ago, me and Eric actually teamed up together, editing videos. Thanks to Eric and his contacts and the fact that he was based at F518 as well, he had a unique understanding of how to get customers, how to get the right kind of clients. And with my expertise of the Western culture, we had a really good connection. We had a really good team dynamic, and we were able to provide really good services for clients. We both parted ways because we had different projects in mind. Now it's really nice to see that Eric's project is still going on and is expanded.
I plan to get more stuff, but due to the COVID-19, so we put the plan on hold. Yeah. So ideally next 2 months we're gonna add on more manpower.
I didn't do anything for 3 months because of COVID-19, but since China has come back to normal, I have been incredibly busy.
Yeah.
Mainly YouTube stuff actually, because there's been a lot of people asking me to do YouTube stuff. I've started doing vlogging for myself. This is the right time because now there's so much negativity about China out there that I want to try and say, look guys, actually there's a lot of really good things happening here. It's not all as bad as people say it is. We've survived COVID-19.
That's true.
Really?
Yeah, what you said is pretty true. The negativity not only about China, it's also there are a lot of negativities going on worldwide. Also there's like racism, both in China and outside China. Yeah, I'm not sure you encountered the racism here or not.
I have on a marginal level, but because I've been a foreigner wherever I go, so I'm kind of used to it. I lived in the UK for a while and I encountered some level of racism there. Racism is a whole other subject that we won't get into today. Congratulations, you're a father now.
Yeah.
Now you are back to work, which is the main thing. We're all doing the things that we need to be doing.
Yeah.
We're supplying the rest of the world with information. Some of us are also helping out with getting PPE across to the rest of the world as well, which is fantastic. That's what, we've got the connections in place that we need to be able to do this kind of thing as well. Be proactive.
As you said previously, we have been doing videos for quite a long time. Most of the videos we have been working on is for products. I had a lot of resources, product resources or factory resources.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now is, especially during this pandemic situation, I have been shipping products worldwide, quickly organize all those resources, and not only the product but also the shipment to my friends or clients all over the world.
Yeah.
And now I'm also setting up my Facebook profile, my page and YouTube channel to introducing products or the service or the factories here, and to connect more people worldwide. It's called Eric Insight. You can see this the product, the mini TEDx fan.
Fantastic,
So,
fantastic.
I'm trying to, as you said, you're trying to bring more positivity to the rest of the world.
Thank you so much, Eric. I will leave a link down below for more details about Eric and the projects that he's involved in. I look forward to collaborating again with some future projects.
Sure, no problem.
So, watch this space, guys. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
See you guys next time. Cheers.